You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, all right, all right. 8:45 it is. Come on in. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. This is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. I am live and uncut and unedited. Come on in. Come on in. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight. It's a pleasure being here. There's a lot of places that we could be at, or there's a lot of things that we could be listening to. But you here, you decide to stop by. Give me a shout out. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. 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 Come on in, people. We're going to give some shout outs in this shortly. Shortly, we're going to give some shout outs. Appreciate every last one of you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let me see who's in here. Pay attention. All right. Let me get my intro going. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. Ernesto, hit and that, shame the devil. Hit that like button for YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. That like button. Thumbs up. All right. Who else we have in here? Is that Bridges? Prima Donna. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hey, how you doing? Hit that thumbs up for your boy Martin G. All right. Was that Flint? Is that Fly City? What's up, Martin G? I hit that like button. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate you. Don't think I don't. Don't let nobody tell you that I don't. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Big Drew. Hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up. Hit it on YouTube. Oh, Melody Woods. Miss Melody, what's up? What's up? Hit that thumbs up. I got a great show for us tonight. Great show for us tonight. I promise you, I'm going to try to be under an hour, at least an hour and a half. No more than that. No more than that. So that's what I'm waiting on. Mr. Lewis Ramsey. What's up, Lewis? I appreciate you, man. Don't let nobody tell you I don't. Appreciate your phone calls. Appreciate your encouragement words. Appreciate your texts, your inboxes. Thank you so much. It's needed. It's needed. All right, you hit it already. Okay. LaDonna. All right, LaDonna. I'm going to get a chance to meet you one day. I see your sister all the time at the park last summer. Gonna meet you. Jimmy Dean, what's up, Jimmy? We need 3 hours. Man, I'm parked. I got until like I think maybe to at least about 10 or 11 from where I'm parked. So I got to make sure I move my vehicle. And that's why I'm putting a time limit on it. Otherwise, my work vehicle can't park it in this area. So, it is what it is. But come on, we're gonna make it happen tonight. It's gonna be good. Trust me, it's gonna be good. I guarantee you guys you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something. Guarantee you. As usual, you're gonna learn something. If you open up your minds, open up your ears, open up your eyes, so we can learn. So you can learn. We can learn from each other. The scripture tells us that iron sharpens iron, and we want to sharpen each other's tonight. And it's good to be living. This is a great time in history to be living, people. We got video cameras all over the place. People wearing body cameras, dash cameras, doorbell rings, telephone, cell phone cameras. And the many things that people could get away with just 10 years ago, they can't do it now because it's caught right there on camera. For so many years, we was lied to. We was lied to. Glenn. All right. Glenn, you in the ATL. Appreciate you, Glenn. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Don't spend a lot of money now. Spend a lot of money out there. You gonna say Miami over Atlanta. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay. Oh, game. Okay. I thought you was in ATL. Okay, I read that wrong. I'm sorry. All right, people, come on in. Come on in. We really tell the truth. That's all we do here.
Shame the
now, if you're looking
devil.
for anything else, I can't help you.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
People, we got a story to tell, and it's amazing. I think I'm gonna start with the. I want to start. Well, I'll start with this. What I got on the screen, and I'm gonna play it. And I want us to. I need a few more people to come in, though, so I won't have to keep playing myself. All right, Stringer Harris, what's going on, man? Okay. You said Charlie Kirk. That's my boy. I met him a few times. I like that guy. Okay. You might not like him after this, but I don't know. Divine order. All right. Peace to you. Peace to you. Yes. Stay safe. Baby Moore. All right. We got a California. Hello, Martin. I'm in Carolina. For real. God bless. Okay. Appreciate you. All right. I want to welcome my people in. I appreciate those, the new followers, the new listeners. And we're going to get started. Rose Brown from Iowa. Do me a favor. Check in where you from. If you're from Chicago, if you're from California, wherever you're from, check in. Just put it in the message box so I know you're there. All right. Wherever you're from. Princess Black. Jimmy Dean. I'll see you. All right. Well, check in where you're from. If you're from California, Florida, Texas, Miami, Atlanta, New York, Boston, Minnesota, Iowa. Come on, talk to me. New York, talk to me. I want you to check in, and I'm going to show people who watches me. We got Indiana in the house. Indiana in the house. Indiana in the house. Chicago in the house. All right. Come on, people. I'm waiting on you to type in where you're from. Shanita from Chicago, but moved to Iowa. Okay. All right. Shanita. I'll see you. All right. Bloomington, Illinois. Bloomington. Come on in, people. Come on in. All right, we're going to get started. I need y'all to check in. Flint, Michigan. All right, in the house. Mississippi, by the way of Waukegan. Okay. All right. Mississippi, by the way of Waukegan, North Chicago. Okay. Indiana. All right. We got Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up? Pre. I see you. All right. Geneva Williams. Good evening. Chicago, Illinois. All right. Felicia, where you from? Chicago, New York. Where you from? All right. I need y'all to type. Come on now. We got some people on here. All right. Barbara Fields, Chicago. All right. Geneva, Chicago, Illinois. Come on. I know I got some more out of towners now. Wherever you from, I need you to check in. Give you a shout out. Check in with your boy. This is your boy, Martin G, a.k.a. The Crime Chaser. I'm live, uncut, and unedited. This is where I tell the truth and shame the devil. Barbara, Chicago, Illinois. All right, where my Texas people at? All right, where you at? 317 in the house. All right, 317 swag. All right. South Carolina in the house. Hit that like button. Debbie Brown, hit that like button. Chuck Longstreet, where you from? Check in with your state. Check in where you from. All right. Baltimore by the way of Chicago, Illinois. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in here, folks. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. All right. All right. All right. Somebody's replying to Chuck, Indiana. All right. All right. Check in, people. Where are you from? What state or what city you're from? I want to hear from you. I want some audience participation. All right. To my ghost watchers, my ghost listeners or watchers, thank you for watching me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, well, you finna find out something tonight. I want you to listen. My brother Joyce Mosley, my brother knows. He said he knows me. Okay. All right. Oh, yes. I know Mosley. Lord Goddess, I see you. Y'all, that's who do my hair right there. She keep me tight. When you see me looking all fresh, the Lord Goddess, she take care of Martin Johnson, I tell you. She put love into her hairstyles. Appreciate you, Lord Goddess, so much. Don't let nobody tell you I don't. Angela Williams, all right. Oak Park, Illinois. Kenny Nicole, I got 5 minutes work and I'll be right back. Okay, cool. We got California, Oceanside, California in the house. All right. Chuck Longstreet, Chicago by way, Indiana. Okay. All right. From Chicago, South Side in Arizona. Okay. That's what I'm talking. Look at these people checking in. Let's get started, people. Let's get started. I held y'all. All right. Thank you. Lord Goddess said, thank you. I'm ready to join the podcast. I love your channel. Lord Goddess, you know we're gonna do one together. I told you, I promise you, I'm gonna stick to my word. We're gonna get together on a podcast and we're gonna make it happen. I promise you that. Joyce Moses, his name is OJ. Oh yeah, it's Madhouse. Oh yeah, Madhouse. Yes. Anita Tolliver. All right. Madhouse should be on here. He might be listening. If not, he'll be coming on here in a minute, listening, checking in. Oh, we got Dallas, Texas in the house. Dallas, Texas in the house. That's what I'm talking about. But expedient across the USA. Okay. All right. Y'all coming in here. All right. Yes, come see me for a new style also. All right. I got one picked out. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to get started. Now listen. Now there's a lot of stereotypes that are going out over there. You've had people come on this live and say that black people is emotional. We fight and all that. And is no one shoe size fits all. Let me just say that. No, it's more than one shoe size. There's different levels of black folks. All right. Mac Morning Show all the way from Mississippi. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, my friend right here, my La Goddess, she went to school in Jackson. So she very familiar with you. Hey, Mac, man, I love your show. She said, La Goddess. All right. Let's get started. Check this out, Mac, man. Listen to this. Check this out, bro.
Blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Okay, well, first of all, what he means by blacks commit more crimes is, in fact, that African Americans are more often convicted of committing crimes in the United States than any other racial demographic, which is very different from what he said. All that indicates is that the so-called criminal justice system in the United States is primarily only effective in the selective investigation, prosecution, and conviction of African Americans and other so-called minorities, as opposed to investigating, prosecuting, and convicting white perpetrators. The statistics that he's citing are actually an evidence arguing racial bias in policing, in prosecution, and in trials. It's not an evidence of greater criminality along racial demographic lines, no. Rather, it's only the assignment of criminality that falls along racial lines. I mean, more than half of all violent crimes in the United States go unsolved, overwhelmingly the case in certain types of violent crimes. So we're not talking actually about a criminal justice system that works, that's actually effective, that's actually efficient, that actually does its job. What we have is a criminal justice system that disproportionately seems to only quote-unquote work when the perpetrators are not white. African-American victims of homicide, by the way, make up most of the victims of homicide cases that go unsolved, whereas most homicide cases in which the victim is white, those get solved. In other words, crimes against white people are more likely to get solved than crimes against African-American people or any other so-called minority group, a member of the global majority. And they're even more likely to get solved when the perpetrator of the crime happens to be African-American. So in other words, if you're a white victim, you're more likely to get justice, and if you're a white perpetrator, you're more likely to escape justice. That's the system, and that's all that is evidenced by what he's saying. So when you look at the number of unsolved crimes, it's not unreasonable to assume that the, say, 60% or so of violent crimes in America that never get solved, that those are very possibly crimes committed by white people against African-American people, or against other so-called minority groups. So rather than saying blacks commit more crimes than anyone else in America, it would be more honest to say that no one who commits a crime in America is more likely to be punished for that crime than an African-American. And in fact, it's also more likely for an African-American person to be wrongfully convicted of a crime of which they are accused. And it's more likely for them to even be punished for that, even when they have been proven innocent. And you can look at the case right now of Marcellus Williams. So the statistics that he's citing actually only substantiate the belief that the so-called criminal justice system in the United States is a major component of what you can call a systematic domestic ethnic cleansing program in America, being carried out against African Americans and other members of the global majority. That's all that is evidenced by the statistics that he's citing. And this, in fact, demonstrates a vastly greater degree of criminality than anything that he mentioned. And I would go further to say that the speaker himself, with the statistics that he's mentioning and the interpretation that he's putting on those statistics, that he himself occupies a propaganda role in that ethnic cleansing system, for which, in my opinion, he could and should be prosecuted under international law. So I really would hope that people would take this more seriously and understand the gravity of what so-called minority groups, members of the global majority, what they are facing and what they are enduring, and the human rights violations that are committed against them in the United States, that you would take that more seriously, so that when you see someone who is clearly playing a propaganda role in support of what, again, does constitute an ethnic cleansing program in America, when you see someone who is occupying a role of propaganda in support of that system, normalizing that system, justifying that system, rationalizing that system, understand that this person is a criminal. And inshallah, one day they will face justice for that, and should not be regarded simply as someone who is airing offensive or controversial views. No, you should take this more seriously, and not simply use it as an opportunity to have a debate with someone like this. They shouldn't be debated. They should be.
That's deep. Man, that is deep. Man, that is deep. That is deep. That is deep. Somebody said, I voted for the devil. I voted for the white man. Donald Trump. Yeah, I sure did voted for him. I sure voted for him. And I had my reasons. I told you why I voted for him. I wasn't going to allow men going girls' bathrooms and all that. I wasn't going for that in immigrants. Oh, no. Listen, I had my reasons. And he's a prime example. A person with 34 felons escaped justice. Prime example of the system. The law goddess said, she said, I was wrong wrongfully convicted of fleeing an officer in the most racist county in Mississippi, Rankin County. And they gave me a first offense felony and lied and said I was running from an officer.
Blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Okay, well, first of all, what he means by blacks commit more crimes is, in fact, that African Americans are more often convicted of committing crimes in the United States than any other racial demographic, which is very different from what he said. All that indicates is that the so-called criminal justice system in the United States is primarily only effective in the selective investigation, prosecution, and conviction of African Americans and other so-called minorities, as opposed to investigating, prosecuting, and convicting white perpetrators. The statistics that he's citing are actually an evidence arguing racial bias in policing, in prosecution, and in trials. It's not an evidence of greater criminality along racial demographic lines, no. Rather, it's only the assignment of criminality that falls along racial lines. I mean, more than half of all violent crimes in the United States go unsolved, overwhelmingly the case in certain types of violent crimes. So we're not talking actually about a criminal justice system that works, that's actually effective, that's actually efficient, that actually does its job. What we have is a criminal justice system that disproportionately seems to only quote-unquote work when the perpetrators are not white. African-American victims of homicide, by the way, make up most of the victims of homicide cases that go unsolved, whereas most homicide cases in which the victim is white, those get solved. In other words, crimes against white people are more likely to get solved than crimes against African-American people.
Hold it right there. We're going to open up the phone lines, and I got more to bring, but I wanted to bring that out and put the phone number up, and we're going to put the phone number up, and this is real, people. This is definitely real. This is real. This is real. This is real. Yeah, this is real. Yeah. This is real. All right. All right. Come on in. Let me put the number up. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. I'm going to post the numbers up, and we're going to talk about this, people. Now, you know, you got some black folks out there that believe that black people just commit crime and they the highest crime. They do everything wrong and they don't love each other. And, you know, we got all these stereotypes out here about us. We got all bunch of stereotypes. We drive Cadillacs and buy this and all that. Oh, my God. There's so much stereo. Yeah, so much. Yeah. Yeah, real talk. Yep, I'm still on. Come on, open up. The phone lines are open. This is 872-299-0808. Yep. We got a caller. We got 317 calling back again. Okay. 317. I was hoping you called. You fell into the trap, 317. You fell for the trap. And I knew I had this video strictly for you. For you. You. All right. 317 is back again tonight. He's definitely welcome tonight. Oh, they calling in tonight. They're calling in. 317, come on in. Come on in, 317. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, you in. You the man. You the man. You the man. Man, I'm blessed. I'm here. Thank God for life. Thank God for mercy. I'm just glad to be alive in the land of the living.
Man, we need more of this in our community, man. I love what you do. I tell you all the time, I love what you do, but let's get it started. So Yeah, so you think well, I know you don't like being asked questions, man. I gotta learn that because I'm a person that likes to get understanding.
Yeah, just make your comment, and I'll let somebody else in the panel answer it. Then you do it that way.
Okay.
Whatever, you do it that way.
You know.
Right.
But I noticed you were talking about the stereotypes, right?
Right.
That other races have upon us.
Even ourselves.
This question isn't for you.
Okay.
Yeah, this question isn't for you, but we have to ask ourselves, you know, do we have this of each other? Are we doing what we can to build our own community? You know, we have to ask ourselves this. So we do have these stereotypes, and what are we doing to change these stereotypes? You know, I was in a store the other day, and there was a young black woman in there, and she had on some good shoes. I was like, "Hey, those shoes is hot. I like those." She was like, "Why are you looking at my shoes? You gonna buy me some?" I'm like, it literally costs $0 to have respect for each other. We can't ask other people to respect our race if we're still dogging each other. You know, and I'm not knocking my race. I'm black, and I love who I am. But what I don't like is the way we treat each other. The game is to be sold, not to be told. I have to pay you to get an understanding of life. Other races don't do that. They lift each other. And it starts with family. Our families need to be more bonded. But another day, I see you had Mr. Kirk up. I can't wait to hear what you guys say, because I actually watched Kirk, and I kind of like some of the eulogies that he says. Now it just sounds kind of strange coming from a white man, because they don't know the struggle, especially somebody who grew up with a silver spoon. But some of the things he says, I kind of can relate to, and it took me years to understand. You know,
I want to ask you a question, man. I want to ask you a question.
I would love it, please.
I want to ask you a question, man, and you don't have to answer it.
I will answer it.
Are you in an interracial relationship?
No.
Okay.
Actually, my woman's watching right now, but she's too ashamed for me to tell you. She's the one that brought me to you. I can't tell you who she is.
Okay.
But I only talk to black women.
Okay. I just asked.
I've never dated a white woman in my life.
Okay. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let somebody respond to what you said. Okay. I'm not gonna respond. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go to 205. Just hold on.
I understand the show now, Mr. Martin.
Okay.
I understand now.
All right. See, hey, you see, I welcome you with arms wide open. I didn't hold against you. I didn't hold against you, brother. Listen, I ain't holding against you. All right, hold on. Put you on mute. All right. Coming to the next people. 205. Come on, 205. What you got to say? What's your thoughts and comments? 205. Area code 205. 205.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Loud and clear. Come on with it. Drop the bomb on us.
Listen, man. Here's the thing, man. This is Big Red from Atlanta, man.
Big Red, what's up, man?
What's going on?
All right, all right.
I've been trying to get in there. Every time you do live, I try to get in here. I barely get in here, but I'm here now. So here's the thing. Look, this country was built off of deep-rooted racism. It is what it is, man. We can't change it unless we tear it down and rebuild it from the beginning, and we can't do that. So my problem is we have to understand we have to maneuver through all these stereotypes and everything. We have to work like Martin Luther King did. They had to do it. All the civil rights leaders, they had to do it, and look what happened to them. They went against the grain and they died. We don't want to do that. We want to maneuver through this thing and get it right. Like we gotta stop doing a lot of things we do as a community. We got a lot of black on black crimes that we kill each other. We got to stop doing that. We got to teach these kids that there's a better way.
Okay, can I ask you a question, my brother, Big Red? What do you mean? What do you mean by black on black crime? What do you mean? Define that to me.
I mean, black people kill black people.
Okay, all right. Now, have you?
We got to stop that.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever heard the term white on white crime?
Yes, I understand that.
Do you use that? I'm asking, do you?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm asking, do you use that term? as much as you use black on black crime.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. I'm thinking about us as black.
Okay, people. I understand. But can I educate you a little bit? Can I educate you a little bit? Crime don't have no color, brother.
Yes,
crime don't have no color.
It does.
It don't have no color, brother. It don't. It really don't have no color.
I used to be a police officer. I understand how it goes. I'm not the same age as you, sir. I respect you a lot because I appreciate what you're doing. But we gotta stop like this Carmelo Anthony thing. We gotta stop with this, man. We gotta wait on the facts.
That's true.
We gotta wait on the facts. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. But it's a court of public opinion. Some things that we do know, and you know, you're an officer of the law. I don't know if you still working, presently work or retired right now. You know the first thing.
Old, man. I'm like you. I'm old,
okay, bro. You know once they grab you, you know they're gonna run a background check, fingerprint. And see what's and the judge and the officers, the prosecuting attorney, they all base it on your background, how to charge you, what to charge you with, and your bail. All that plays a role in that. So what you seeing, this is what you're witnessing in the court of public opinion. Black people, we know that when we commit murder, or call it self-defense is murder. But when white people commit murder and they say it's justified, they say it's self-defense. So when we do it, it's murder. But when they do it, it's justified or self-defense. It's a double standard. Nobody really wants to talk about it. Nobody really wants to talk about it. You know, then
I will though. I will. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And
I really do.
And every black person is not doing drive-by shooting, killing, and stabbing. And I'm not doing none of them things. I think I'm a decent citizen. I think a person can walk down the street, a dark alley, and I won't hurt them. I'm not trying to get nothing from them, male or female. So I know them stereotypes don't fit me. I am emotional, but my emotions in check. Trust me, I keep my emotions in check. Period. Some people, they have these stereotypes. They don't listen. If I was crazy, brother, listen, I'm 56. If I was crazy and if I didn't know no better, if I was uneducated, I would think black people are the only ones out there shooting, killing, drive-by shooting, snatching and grabbing, raping, robbing, doing. I think they're the only ones doing that by looking at the media and social media. I'll be thinking that in my mind. It'll have you thinking that. But I know better, brother.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
It's always been that way. I'm the same age as you. It's always been that way. So we have to maneuver around that because it's never going to change.
Never.
It's never going to change. We know that.
Yeah. And I think the best way we have to educate our people and let them know, because I've said on this platform, do you know there are more black men in college than it is locked up? And I had a person, they didn't want to believe me. I said, go Google it up, read it. They don't want to believe it. But it's not in the news. The news don't want to talk about it, brother. They want to talk about the violence. They want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. They want to talk about this other guy, Tracy, that did the school shooting. That's what they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about that when our college students got $2 or $3 million worth of free schooling, for loans and grants. They don't want to talk. That means nothing. That doesn't sell. It doesn't sell.
But we know that, though, Martin. We know that, sir.
And we got
we have to educate
you and I know that, but a lot of us don't know that, brother. A lot of us don't know it.
I got you.
They don't know. See,
we got to educate our young people, man. We got to
that's correct. That's correct.
We got to teach them.
Here's a black person walking around calling another black person his ops, waiting to shoot to kill him for nothing, because he on a different side. You on a blue side and I'm on a red side. So you got blue on. I'm gonna shoot you because I'm wearing red. What kind of nonsense is that, people? Come on, that's insanity. That's a brother. Come on, man, people. I'm just, hey, man, listen, brother. I was trapped into that mindset. I'm not going to sit up here and lie, brother.
I was too.
I was trapped in that, man. The brother asked me, man. He said one day, he said, I'll never forget. I was like maybe 2 years ago. I was at Father Fleck. He gave a thing every year and block off the street. The brother said, man, I'm Judy. I said, I'm Black Power, brother. I'm all of them. I'm for black people, period. I don't care what star you under. That brother stood back. He said, man, I heard that. And I said it with such authority, brother. I said, when one of my brothers hit that pavement, the bullet in him, that's my son, that's my brother, that's my cousin, that's my father. That's the way I see it. I see it that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I live. That's how I live, bro. I practice what I preach. That's what I do. I practice what I preach. And if I don't like you, I'm going to get far away from you as possible. I'm going to go the other way. Right. You know?
But I ain't going to do no harm to you.
I ain't going to do no harm to you. I ain't gonna sleep with your wife. I ain't gonna mess with your woman. I ain't gonna mess with your daughter. I ain't gonna bother your little children. I'm gonna stay on the other side. I'm gonna stay away from there. That brother ain't too far to me, so I'm gonna stay on my side. You know, and we have to learn that. But brother, hold on. I got about 4 more callers, and I don't want nobody to hang up. I'll come back to you. I promise you. I'll come back to you. Okay. All right. 662 area code. Come on, caller. Come on, caller. Thank you for holding. We got a lot. Thank you.
Marvin.
How you doing?
Martin, this is Mac Man.
Oh, this Mac Morning. Oh, what's up, Mac Man? Oh, man.
What's up, man? Wait a minute. Let me say this, man, real quick. Man, this show that you have, you got to let people know. People are listening. I don't look at numbers the way people look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they say, well, this and that, and how many people that subscribe. Man, somebody's listening to you. I'm listening to the brothers and sisters now in Louisiana, Atlanta. You got a big following in the South, man. People are listening to you, and there's young men that are listening to you, man. And I just got to say this real quick. This video, you knew you would get me out the bushes if you played this man, and the man is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that one more time for the people in the back bar that act like they ain't got
Tell the truth
or something
and
like that.
Shame the devil.
The man just told the truth. The white man just told you exactly how the justice system is. So there's no mistaking about injustice in this country. Not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody. Now, we do get some breaks. There's some things that we do that, people and my people do that, hey, everybody, I'm looking at y'all in chat. Hey, we do some things we ain't got no business doing. We represent ourselves in some weird and some unusual ways that people have stereotyped us.
Mm-hmm.
But what the man said,
mm-hmm.
man right beside you in that video said, he told the truth.
Mm.
If you didn't like it, folks, from where you came, the white man told you what was going down, you take it up with him. But y'all ain't going to say amen. Ain't nobody going to say nothing.
Amen.
Quiet in the, ain't nobody going to say nothing.
Amen.
Who's hollering? If we gossiping, or we talking about some bull jive or whatever. When you bring information and inspiration to people, a lot of folks don't want to hear it. But tonight, on this show tonight, I see something a little bit different in your audience, brother Z. I see something different. Somebody is listening.
Yes, sir.
And they're listening to this program. I just want to say that, man. I'm gonna stand in the back, man. Go on, let everybody else say
that's
something.
the Mac Man Morning Show, y'all. That's my man. 100 grand.
Folks want to get in touch. Yeah, I'm right here.
Yes,
I want to get in touch with me, my man. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Mark. Go
all
ahead.
right. All right. My main man, Sergeant. Come on, Sarge. Sarge, did you hear the video before you started talking? Sarge.
Yeah, I heard the video.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I know you're gonna have something. Go ahead.
You're talking about somebody I'm very familiar with.
Okay.
All right. I call him Charlie Jerk.
Okay.
You dig?
Okay.
Because I'm like this. He found a niche that he could grift.
Mm-hmm.
at 17 years old. And he's been doing it ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The high school he graduated from in Illinois wasn't even in the top 100.
Okay.
I put it out there. I said, my son graduated from the number 2 high school in the state.
Okay.
Okay? And it's a private school.
All right.
Like, you went to Hunter College and dropped out of a community college.
Okay.
My son got his degree.
Now, what does this got to do with this? Hold on, Sarge.
No.
What does that got to do with? Okay, go ahead.
You got to hear me out.
I'm trying.
I'm like, you were an Eagle Scout, right? Okay, most people that were Boy Scouts and were moving up the ranks in Boy Scouts, once they get out of high school, if they don't have a serious college plan or a job that they're making some money because they come from one of them families, which he don't.
Where you coming
Come on,
from,
Martin.
Sarge? It's
Martin,
not.
I know.
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to be patient.
I'm
go
talking,
ahead.
Martin.
Lord help me. Go ahead, Sarge.
Okay,
go
Martin,
ahead.
look.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sarge. I'm going to be patient.
Okay, the Charlie Kirk, the person that's painting out all of this, it's like you say you love America so much you was an Eagle Scout. You were never in the military. Okay? He found a grift, a niche. He is a doggone racist talking piece for the establishment, Turning Point USA, just like this former police officer, Brandon Tatum, just like Candace Owens, and just like that fruit booty named Rob Smith that's like Don Lemon, but on the Republican side. See, that's what people aren't looking at. They're not looking at the background behind the voice. See, they listen to what he say, and they, no.
Is he lying? What he's saying?
31 years. Yes, he's lying about everything that comes out of his mouth. A lie.
Oh, okay, what did he lie about?
He's a grifter.
I mean, what did he lie about?
He said, the crime statistics and everything. He always used Chicago as a comparison because he's from Arlington Heights.
Okay.
He grew up in Arlington Heights. Okay. So his closest reference to anything urban is Chicago. Now, what people don't realize is when you're talking about the media, what cities do they show on the news everywhere? Big cities: New York, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, Jersey, Baltimore. You know, those are the cities that they show on the news. Cities that got black populations grouped together, Democrat-run cities, where the people, their resources have been snatched away. So what you gonna do if you don't got your resources? You got to eat. You gonna steal. You see what I'm saying? You know that as well as I do, Martin.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's what he focuses on. But he don't tell anybody the behind the scenes. This is the person that did this, that, and this is the reason. He focused on all of the see what they do. And that's all, and he's skewing his facts.
Okay, Sarge.
He's skewing his facts.
I'm gonna let you come back. Let me go to the next caller. Okay. All right. I ain't done with you. All right. Next caller, 281. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. Great. How are you?
All right. Hello, panel, everyone out there in the world listening in. I have some things I want to ask. A question, basically. I want to ask this question, not to give any.
Is it pertaining? Is it pertaining? Hold on. Is the question pertaining to this video? If not, hold it. If not, hold it. I'm not trying to drift off. You know, my brother, he just went left on me. You know, I'm trying to stay as close as possible to what we're talking about here tonight. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. That's what I'm trying to do. No disrespect to you, your opinion.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand that.
But
I understand that. It's very close to what we're talking about.
Okay.
You know, basically, you said something about snatch and grab. You know, I've seen a lot of snatch and grabs on TV. but I have not seen white folks participating in snatching grass. Not saying they don't, but
come on to Chicago.
I haven't seen it, Martin.
Come on, you ain't got to see it. I have. Marcus,
okay.
Hold on. Stay right there. Marcus, if you on here, call in, Marcus. See, Marcus is a photojournalist, and we be neck to neck when we out there. I've seen it. Let me say this. During the George Floyd, right? I'm just saying a lot of guys familiar with that. So we were protesting downtown city of Chicago, all right? And all the major stores, such as like the Gucci stores, sell high-end purses, all those stores was hit, the jewelry stores, not by black people. They had U-Haul trucks full of white people breaking in there, doing all that. Then, let me go to another state.
Is there any video footage?
I got video of it. I got video because I was in the George Floyd thing here, and I got some more video when I was in what was that? Minnesota. I was there when the riot first broke out. Guess what they burnt up? They burnt up an AutoZone, and guess who was in there? White people taking everything up out of there. I hit it all on tape. I was there. I witnessed it with my own. I documented. Matter of fact, it was.
Mark,
no, I'm just telling you. You said you haven't seen it. I'm telling you. You said you haven't seen it. I've seen it. You ain't been out there. You got to come out there, and then you will see it. Now, I'm not mad at what you said, but I've been out there, and I put my life on that. I've seen it. Trust me. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
that's your opinion. Go ahead.
I'm not giving anybody.
Right.
It's not an opinion. I mean, if you want to call it that, I'm saying what I see on TV. That's the only thing I can go back. What I've seen on TV, YouTube.
Now, listen what I just said.
We get,
y'all,
whatever news outlet we get.
Brother, all right. Listen what I just said. I don't know if you was on here earlier. If I didn't know no better, and you older than me, we grew up together, we know each other over 50 years, I would think black people are the only ones out here doing that. I had a post. I'm going to say this. I'm going to let you talk. I had made a post, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, when I was really chasing crime. And the 911 call said that it was a white man trying to carjack her. So I posted up on there. And all the black people got up under my post. Don't you mean a light-skinned man? I mean, they could not believe it. They could not believe it. I said, no. This is what the call came in, that it was a white man trying to carjack a black female. They could not get in their mind because this is what they're used to seeing. And I understand. If you see and hear something long enough, you begin to believe it. Go ahead, brother. I'm quiet on that. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
You good. I'm just, like I said, with the news outlets that we see down here, we get a chance to see any good news. Hadn't seen that, but I did see a massive amount of people looting and robbing and just robbing people and just breaking out things, windows and stuff like that. And it was sad to see it, especially coming from Chicago.
I want to interrupt you one more time, brother. I want to interrupt you one more time. I'm so sorry. Somebody brought something to my attention. Look up this word Antifa. Antifa is not black people, they're white people. And you hear Donald Trump always talk about Antifa. Mm-hmm. Look up, it's on the screen. So you look it up and
I know about Antifa.
Okay. All right. And that's predominantly white. You may have a few black people. Those are the white people that walk around with all that black on, with their face on, and they spray paint and all that stuff on the wall, destroying property, fighting with the police. I'm telling you, brother. Mm-hmm. They talk about Antifa and Black Lives Matter. That's what they talk about a lot. Yeah. Woo. But go ahead, brother. I ain't cutting you off no more. Go ahead, brother. All right, I'm sorry.
I get it, man. And, we could sit up here and talk about everything about pro-black and this and that. But in this country, we know that they're trying to bring blacks down. We want it more, Martin. If we had to go and compete against somebody else doing the same thing, especially in sports, it's a good chance that we'll probably get it because we want it more. I get all that, but what if we were in charge? What if we were in charge? Let's say we flipped the script, white folks wasn't in charge and black folks was in charge. You think it would be great?
I would say, heck yeah, we brought civilization to this whole world. We the first. Jesus was a black man, a brown-skinned man, looked like me. The Bible says it. You know, there's nowhere in the world you can prove history. Why you think they studying the pyramids? If they knew everything, they wouldn't even have to study the pyramids. They would already know where they come from. They would know. They all in the ground, pulling up people out of the ground and jewelry. If they had knowledge of all this, they wouldn't even have to do all this. So they're learning what they see. You got to remember, we're speaking somebody else's language. If you look at the Bible, let me help y'all out a little bit. John, Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke, those are English men's names. Those wasn't the original name. They put them names there. Come on. How long English language been around, people? Let's make it make sense. Let's be reality. Make it make sense. This wasn't the only language. It wasn't. I mean, English just come about. Come on now. I mean, this world been existing for a long time, and maybe be in existence when we leave. And just think about those are Englishmen. Adam and Eve, the first man, Adam. You know, the first woman, Eve. Those are Englishmen' name. Was that their original name? I doubt it. Very seriously. I doubt it. But this is what they gave us, and this is what we accept until we come into more light and more knowledge. God accepted. That's all we know. But when those of us do find out and know, we have to unlearn to relearn. You know, just think about it, man. A lot of stuff that we've been told, it's been lies, man. Been told lies. They have made us look like trash in this earth. Just think about, brother Art. If they take away every known and unknown invention in this country done by African Americans, blacks, immigrants, whatever, what would America be? Where would we be? Reality, where would we be? See, these are stereotypes, and they call us animals. Our lips don't look like no animals. Their lips look like animals. Really, seriously. But I'm not trying to get into no signifying, and that ain't where I want to go. But I just wanted to bring that up, people. And this is a learning moment, people. I'm not trying to step on people or chop their knees off so I can stand over them and look good. I just want to tell the truth. That's all, people. We need to know it. We need to know it. We're dealing with we're dealing with the people that they are colonizers. That's what they do. They go into people's country and they take over and they conquer. In order to conquer, you have to conquer the woman and the man. You take away their language, you take away their religion, their rituals, and you give them yours. And that's where we at. But go ahead.
No doubt about that, though, Martin. No doubt about that, but Martin. But just look at it this way. Let's look at it a different way. What if we had power? What if we had the same thing they had, Army, Navy, and Air Force, all this other stuff that they needed back in the day to conquer these different countries, to bring slaves over to do what they have done? Imagine if we had the same power. You think things would be different?
Yeah, we do have the same power. We don't have the same artillery power. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying. Listen, brother. We just exhibit some power. But majority of blacks in this country are supporting Carmelo Anthony. Well, how you know that, Martin? They putting their money where their mouth is. That's unity. That's never in history ever have been done. You never see black people put their money behind.
I get that, Martin.
Yeah.
I get that, Martin.
I'm just saying, that's unity.
It's not in the right direction.
Okay.
That's a good change in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's a good change in the right direction.
Yeah, that's not, listen, you'll never be able to match the gunpowder that they have. You'll never be able to match that. Why you think China don't come over and take over? Because they know our gun is bigger than theirs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But China's in war with America.
That's why I said if we had, imagine us having power. If we had power.
We need unity. It's unity.
We have numbers. We have small unity and we have numbers, but we don't have the power that they possess.
No, we don't have no power right now.
Well, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And I'm not trying to step on your toes.
No, you're not. Listen, you're not stepping on my toes. I'm just telling the truth. You know, I understand what you're saying. I listen. Black people here in America know they ain't running nothing. They can pretend like it, but they know they're not running nothing. And I'm not afraid to admit it. We're not running anything in this country but our mouths.
What will it take for us to run? What will it take for us to run?
I just gave you the answer. Unity. That.
Did you?
I just gave you the answer. Unity.
I mean, we've been practicing that. We've been practicing that since the civil rights.
Okay.
And we've lost a lot of good. We've lost a lot of good leaders. Martin. Hold on,
brother. You're not making no sense. You're not making no sense. But go ahead.
Wow.
You're not. Go ahead, brother.
Explain to me why I'm not making.
You're not. First of all, let me just say this. We had unity back in the 50s and the 60s. What happened was they infiltrated, they took the woman and gave her money, resources to kick the man out of the house. The woman, the black woman, she had to make a decision. Do I keep the man in the house and don't get no resources, or do I kick the man out and get resources so I can take care of my babies? They gave him food, clothing, and everything. We had the unity. We had the power. Even with the fight, even with Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying we had all this. But
I hear what you're saying.
Hold on, brother. Hold it. Ain't no. Listen. What that mean? Okay, hold on. Do you have a master's degree? Do you got a master's degree?
No, I don't.
Okay, listen. Anybody who got a master's degree, let me know what are you mastering. How is it your education benefiting your people in this country? Now, I'm not against education. College, I'm not against that at all. I'm saying is, how is it your education that you're educated, it took you 4 years to get a bachelor's degree or 5 or whatever the time, took them 10 minutes.
Education.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Without education,
how is it? No,
you don't know.
Listen, brother. Listen, you can't. No. You're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk me, brother. You're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk. You're not going to overtalk me, brother. You're not going to overtalk me. Listen, those of us that's educated in this country, how is it your education benefiting your race? Now, I'm not saying don't go to school, get educated. Listen, a lot of us are doing great in this country. We homeowners, we're businessmen, we're politicians, we're ministers, and we're activists, and we're doing great in this country, people. Great. Individual. But how are we doing as a collective, as a body? Black people own 1/10 of 1% of business here in this country. Claude Anderson told us. We traded black power for black profits. You have a lot of black people, and I'm not mad at them. When they get successful, they move out of the community. And that's nothing wrong with that. If they can afford it, they move out of the community. There's nothing wrong with that. If you making 6 figures and all that, you don't have to live in the community. If it's poor, you can move out and go where people with the same type of income as you have. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's the norm. That's the norm, people. That's what happens. People changes, they get their money, and they turn a blind eye to justice for their people. Well, I did it. I went to school. Listen, people, only reason why you have those degrees is because people back in the civil rights movement, uneducated people that can't speak well, they went out there and marched and protest. Some of them lost their lives. Some of them got dogs sicked on them and bit on them. Some of them got shot. Some of them got thrown in jail unjustly. Some of them got killed unjustly. These are the people that marched back in the civil rights movement. So you guys can go to school right next to white people and get the same education. Now that you got your education, Now that you got your big house, now that you got your fancy car and your fancy career, I'm not like them down there. I pull myself up. Listen, people, with all that education that you guys have, you're not running anything in this country. So good, what good is your education if you can't use it for your people to come back and help your people? Now, it's good for you individually, and that's okay. That's okay. And I tell people, with your degrees, how is your degrees helping your people? When I say your people, not just your immediate family, people that look like you. That's what I'm saying. People, this is a learning moment. And I'm not here to justify not taking accountability for our actions. I'm not here. I'm not talking about that. We've always took accountability for our actions. People, do you know that we're dealing with a race of people that don't like you? Especially if you're not making no money for them. They don't like you. They know how to get your money, but they like your money. I'm telling you, but who cares who like who? Just respect me. We don't have to go out for drinks. We don't have to go to dinner. You don't have to invite me to the wedding or the baby shower or the gender reveal or to the Cubs game or to the Astro. You don't have to. But let us respect each other. Let us do business. And at the end of the day, you go your way and I go my way. See, I don't have a problem. I don't care who don't like me. I rose past public opinion. I know what you think of me. I know who my enemy is. I know who who don't want me to succeed. But let me go to the next caller real quick. Let me get them, then we'll go back to the video. All right. Next caller, go ahead. 713. Go ahead, caller. 713. Thank you for so patient. I'm on fire tonight. Go ahead, caller. Area code 713. 713, caller. Hold on, let me get you off mute. I'm sorry. I got to get you off mute. Go ahead, caller. I'm sorry, I had you on mute. 713. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. What's your comment or thought?
Everybody. Hey. Hi there, everybody. I just wanted to say I don't agree with Charlie Kirk. I have listened to a little bit of his stuff, and I just feel like he is just like a lot of I hate to say Caucasian people. They don't really understand the Black experience, and they haven't walked in our shoes. So I feel like they're never going to truly understand. And I just wanted to say, all these stereotypes when it comes down to Black people, Black Americans, we're only 12 to 15% of the population. So if all of us let's just say hypothetically, started committing crimes, that's still, there's still like 90, 85% of the population. It still wouldn't be the majority. But see, what we have going on now is a lot of influx of immigrants that are coming from Africa. They're coming from all these different other countries, Jamaica, South America, all this Brazil, and they're coming over here. They're committing crimes, and they're getting counted as, just looking at us Black Americans, and it's making us look bad. And then on top of that, you have the media, which it's a group of people that are owning all this media, and they're owning all the record companies and stuff, and they have our people out there making ourselves look in a certain way and pushing stereotypes of us. And then on top of that, they're putting up other races of people like they're better than, so we have to look at all this stuff, and I was just listening to you talk about they taking the Black men out of the house. This stuff started in slavery, taking the Black men away from the Black women and all this and that. So, we got to look at the bigger picture. There are a group of evil people that are trying to push these negative stereotypes about Black Americans in particular, and trying to keep us down more than any other race, because they're allowing these other Black immigrants to come over here and kind of get, handouts and a hand up and stuff that they're not even providing for us as just regular Black Americans that are descendants of slavery. So we got to look at it. We really got to take this stuff seriously. Like Dr. Claude Anderson was saying, we have to take this stuff seriously. we not only have to have unity, but we have to get on code. And we have to start putting our foot down and saying, okay, now I'm not going to participate in these type of movies if you're making us look this bad, or these type of rap videos if you're making us look this bad. We have to start understanding that these other women that they're looking at the European beauty and men, European beauty, whatever, we have to start valuing, and we have to be smart enough to say, okay, value our own people. Because see, that's what these other groups are doing. Chinese men, Chinese women, they're not really putting each other down like that on social media. They're valuing each other, and they're trying to
tell
build.
the truth.
They're very serious
and
about
shame
building,
the devil.
Go ahead. I was agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Okay, and I'm not saying that they're perfect,
Mhm.
but what I've seen, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 20 something years, and when I go to the hospital, I see those Indian nurses. They will have slumber parties in each other's house, and their husbands and children will come there, and all of them will sleep on the floor, and they cook all their Indian food. They're sticking together. They're keeping they're passing that dollar around to each other, and making it. How do you say it? Passing it. They're really serious about getting ahead. And us as Black people, I hear the men talking about the women talk, yeah, it's going to be things that we don't like about each other. And at first I was kind of like on the women's side, but then I said, you know what? I see how bad these women are going. I got to say, I'm split down the middle. This is the thing. We have to be smart enough to rise above that stuff. Yes, we were torn apart from our families in slavery. Yes, we were torn apart from our families during, time they were taking the men out the house. Yes, they're making negative stereotypes of us, and they're only showing the Blacks that are committing crimes, and they're showing these Black immigrants, and they're saying it's us that's committing these crimes. Yes, all of these things happen, but we have to rise above that, put each other first, and treat each other right. Okay, and then we have to not only be unified, but we have to be codified, and we have to build together. We have to be smart enough not to fall for, the white man is a better man than a Black man. The white woman with the blonde hair is better, just because the media is showing us that. Those people, that is what they're doing. That's their agenda, to make us not like each other and to break us up and to destroy the legacy of us. We got to be smart. We got to outsmart these people. We can't fall for these people's traps, and if we had a Black person in power, like you were saying, you think it would be good. Yeah, I think it would be good too, but we got to have the Black person that's in power has to have the right attitude, a good, loving attitude towards their own people and their own self. They can't have a Black person that's anti-Black and that's doing things to sabotage other Black people. I mean, this is the bottom line. I've heard that story years and years ago about this Yakub and how he created these white people in the laboratory. Let's just say it's true. I don't know if it's true or false. Who do you think taught these white people how to oppress us? Probably some Blacks, the ones that created them. If this story is true, I don't know. But I know for one fact that they've only been around for so many thousands of years. They have not, we're the ones that were here longer than them. And they came from somewhere. I don't know where or how, but I'm saying we got to be smart enough to rise above all of this stuff. They have done all this stuff to us to try to destroy us. And they're constantly doing it. They're working around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've got to rise above, and we can't fall for their tricks. The crime, the drugs, the leaving, hating your own women and men. We can't, what do you call this, manosphere, womansphere, all this Charlie Kirk. We can't fall for this stuff. And then lies about us committing all this crime and stuff. Yeah, people are going to commit crime when they don't have jobs and things like that. But it's not only us. We're only 12 to 15%. These other Black immigrants are doing a lot of these crimes. Let me tell you this before I leave. This is the last part I'm gonna say. I was a registered nurse. I'm a registered nurse. Going to this one guy's house. He was a white guy. He didn't have any. How do you say? He was a hemiplegic. His legs were not working. Okay, well, quadriplegic, whatever. He was looking at the news, and he saw a Black guy. They showed a Black guy that committed a crime on the news. He said, "Oh God," and I said, "Look, that guy, his last name, that guy comes from Brazil somewhere, but he looked like he was a Black American. And I said, hey, he's not from America. He's an immigrant. You know, I said that in the white guy's house. I went over there to help him. Most of these people, whether they are Chinese, they're Mexican or whoever, they're looking at that news, and these Indian people, all these people, they're looking at the news, they're thinking, oh, it's only this Black Americans. I don't know why they just want us to take the blunt for all this crime. It's not us. If you look closer to those people's last names and stuff that's committing those crimes, they are from different countries. They're from Haitian. They're from Jamaica. They're from Africa. All these different things. Every now and then you have a regular Black American that's committing these crimes. Okay, so that's all I basically want to say is we've got to rise above. We can't fall for the stereotypes, the okie doke, the media brainwashing, the Charlie Kirks, the self-hate, the lies about, all the Black people are committing crime, of Black Americans. We can't fall for it. We got to rise above it and love each other and help and give back. And that's about it. That's all I want to say.
Well, let me just say something. Yes, sir. You can take a person that has a bad background, but if he or she is speaking truth, you have to acknowledge that truth. Now, you got to put your feelings and bias to the side. You know, a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. I mean, I voted for him. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like him personally, but I had my reason voting for him. Let's say that. Trust me. But I will say this. I know who he is, and I chose the person who I thought would best fit the country at this time. I am a registered Democrat. I am a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Put it out there. Now, do I regret ever voting for him? I would say no. You know, I had my reasons. And I told people one of my reasons was the immigration here in the city of Chicago. Then you got men going to women's washroom. Then you had drag queens teaching to little kids and all that. I couldn't deal with that anymore. My moral compass, like I can't support somebody that does things like that. That's just not me. I'm just saying me. Now, we last 4 years before with Donald Trump and America's still going on. Another 4 years may put us in a little hole. I don't know. It remains to be seen. But everything. Oh, I got Tiffany. I got another caller. I'm gonna go to another caller. Thank you, ma'am. You can hold on if you'd like to. Let me get her real quick. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Go ahead, Tiffany. Go ahead real quick. Go ahead. I had to get you because you know you'll hang up so fast. Go ahead.
No, I would never hang up on you.
You always hang up though. Go ahead.
I want to say our big.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
No, I don't. I'm too excited about you. Our biggest downfall.
I got a bone to pick with you anyway. Not on live, but I'll text you. Go ahead. All right.
Oh, I know you do. I know.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I thought about you first. Yes, because it took a lot. It took a lot of courage for me to know that I follow you and that he's going to end up seeing that.
Yeah, I seen it too. I said, not Tiffany, not my Tiffany. We already know you get it.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know. Okay, go ahead, talk. Go ahead.
And it's all real too.
I know it. Come on.
Yeah. The kinky hair.
Yeah.
Our biggest downfall is we don't vote. Not enough of us vote. That's the most important thing is we need to vote because just like the Anthony case right now with the twins, we don't vote. So Collin County, for example, is going to have mostly an all-white jury, and there is well-to-do Black folks out there, but we've got to vote. Because picking juries goes by voters. It doesn't go by skin color. It doesn't go by gender. It does not go by age or sex. Vote.
That's true. That is so true. That is so true, Tiffany. That's good information. A lot of us don't know that, though. We don't know that. And I always tell people, if you don't vote, you don't have no right to complain. Period. Mm-hmm. You have no right to complain for situations and all that. But that's it, Tiffany. I'm going to play a little bit more of this video. Is that it for you?
Okay, I'm gonna stay on the line.
Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. Okay, yes, you can stay on the line. Put you on mute. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's go, people.
Or any other so-called minority group, a member of the global majority. And they're even more likely to get solved when the perpetrator of the crime happens to be African American. So in other words, if you're a white victim, you're more likely to get justice. And if you're a white perpetrator, you're more likely to escape justice. That's the system. And that's all that is evidenced by what he's saying. So when you look at the number of unsolved crimes, it's not unreasonable to assume that the, say, 60% or so of violent crimes in America that never get solved, that those are very possibly crimes committed by white people against African American people or against other so-called minority groups. So rather than saying blacks commit more crimes than anyone else in America, it would be more honest to say that no one who commits a crime in America is more likely to be punished for that crime than an African American. And in fact, it's also more likely for an African American person to be wrongfully convicted of a crime of which they are accused. And it's more likely for them to even be punished for that, even when they have been proven innocent. And you can look at the case right now of Marcellus Williams. So the statistics that he's citing actually only substantiate the belief that the so-called criminal justice system in the United States is a major component of what you can call a systematic domestic ethnic cleansing program in America, being carried out against African Americans and other members of the global majority. That's all that is evidenced by the statistics that he's citing. And this, in fact, demonstrates a vastly greater degree of criminality than anything that he mentioned. And I would go further to say that this speaker himself, with the statistics that he's mentioning and the interpretation that he's putting on those statistics, that he himself occupies a propaganda role in that ethnic cleansing system, for which, in my opinion, he could and should be prosecuted under international law. So I really would hope that people would take this more seriously and understand the gravity of what so-called minority groups, members of the global majority, what they are facing and what they are enduring, and the human rights violations that are committed against them in the United States, that you would take that more seriously, so that when you see someone who is clearly playing a propaganda role in support of what, again, does constitute an ethnic cleansing program in America, when you see someone who is occupying a role of propaganda in support of that system, normalizing that system, justifying that system, rationalizing that system, understand that this person is a criminal. And inshallah, one day they will face justice for that, and should not be regarded simply as someone who is airing offensive or controversial views. No, you should take this more seriously, and not simply use it as an opportunity to have a debate with someone like this. They shouldn't be debated. They should be.
All right. We're going to go back to 317. He's been begging to come back on. All right, people. We got probably another 20 minutes. Let me see. Okay. I don't want my vehicle get towed. 317. Go ahead, 317. 317. I told you I was going to come back to you. I told you I was going to come back to you.
I just actually want to talk to some people that I've heard speak, because I don't know what they talk about. Like, what happened to the topics that we had? Like certain topics we talked about, and ain't none of them topics got talked about. One lady talking about a paraplegic dude that she went to see with an immigrant. Like, what type of stuff? What are we talking about? Can we just get to the topic? You can put me back on mute and put me back in the background, but can somebody call me in? If anybody listening, can we stick to the topic, people? Why y'all calling here talking about paraplegics and stuff? No disrespect. I'm just saying, like, can we stick to the topic? And I'm not the host. I can't really say that, but I mean, it should make your job a little easier.
Okay.
Okay, I can go back in the background.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. 205. Come on, caller. I'm coming back to you. Go ahead. 205. If you want to say anything, go ahead, my brother. 205.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Hey, man, listen, man, I just want to say this right here.
Go ahead.
Hey, what you said was correct, bro, about the educational system. Man, let me tell you something. I got a master's degree. I got a bachelor's and a master's. And what we were told back in the day go to school, get you a degree, and have a great life.
Mm-hmm.
That was totally a lie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When I got my degree, the jobs that I could get didn't even take care of me or take care of my family. But I had this big bill because, of course, as an African American kid from an urban area, I couldn't afford to pay all that. So they put us in the positions to start out in debt. I ain't got no problem with kids going to school. I had a great time getting my degree. And I really loved it, and I really wanted to do great things. But it's hard when you got all these student loans. Now you got to feed your family. So yeah, I'm not saying it's a scam. I'm saying, well, maybe I am saying it's a scam. But it's you still get the degree, you still can do the job, but it's so much. And I want to say that the nurse that just came on, I totally agree with her too. We have to. These people have. I mean, this is their country. You said that too. This is their country. This is not ours. We can say it's ours if we want to think it's ours. They are in control of everything. So we have to maneuver around that and try to figure out how to get what we need. So that's all I want to say, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Peace and blessings.
And
brother.
I thank you.
Peace and blessings, brother. All right, we're gonna go to the next caller. Sergeant.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Your turn to speak again. Go ahead.
Okay, the bottom line up front is this. What I said has stuff to do with the doggone topic. We already know the criminal justice system is going to slam somebody black more than somebody white. I mean, example thereof, if you got 5 grams rocked up, you do 5 years minimum in the joint. If you got 500 grams powder, you will get probation. Right or wrong?
Okay. What's
okay. So that's that. We
everybody
already know that,
but everybody don't know that, Sarge. You see, we assuming a lot of people not informed like me and you. They don't know, Sarge.
I know this. But what I'm trying to do is bring the standard information and the stuff that it may not make sense now, but then it's gonna make sense later, and it's like, oh, you see what I'm saying? Because you got these little organizations, that are racist organizations, and they are paying these mouthpieces nice money. They find these people that have grown popular on the internet with a large following, they pull them into their fold, and they pay them to perpetuate all of this stuff. It is impossible. Black America takes up 13% of the population of this country. We are outnumbered by whites almost 5-1. It is numerically impossible for blacks to commit more crimes than whites when you got a 5-1 ratio.
Now looking at the news, though. Looking at the news.
that's what I was going to get to, Mark.
Go ahead.
Now, remember I said, where do they go? Whenever remember when they used to say it's a welfare crisis, and they showed it on the news. They went to every urban city that you could find, right?
Right.
You didn't see them out in doggone jerk fuck Indiana somewhere or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see them out there in the trailer parks where they blowing up trailers with meth labs and all of that. So you didn't see all that on the news. And I be trying to tell people, look, you see what you see because, number one, that's all the media is going to put out, because where are your main doggone, what it, CNN, Atlanta, that's their headquarters, ain't it? All these media sources' headquarters are in these big cities. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Drama brings views. So they're going to show the most horrific and to make these people that ain't making no damn money anyway, because everybody white ain't affluent. I know hella broke-ass white people. To make them feel better than what they are, there you go. I mean, I would love to say the term that, do you remember what I said on the phone? If you ain't better than, what are you better than?
Mm-hmm. The N-word, I know. Oh. Come on with it,
Remember
land.
that? Yeah, I said, yeah.
Land that plane,
I'm
man.
land the
I got
plane.
Bill.
That's
Okay, I got Bill. Go ahead.
If you're not better than the N-word, then who are you better than in this great country? That's their mentality. They're grown up, groomed in that mentality. So of course, you get money brings out jealousy and everything else. So you got a lot of them that are jealous.
Mm.
They are jealous. Just like with Carmelo Anthony. They jealous because they can't go get in a $900,000 home and this and that. And none of the money from the fund, the legal fund, was used for that. Some people making good money. They can't stand it.
Okay.
You got broke ass white people that can't stand it. I'm done.
Okay, I got two callers. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, Tiffany, I'm gonna come back to you. I got two callers real quick, and I'm come back to 281 first, then Tiffany. I got Bill. I got two people. Okay, hold on. 2067. I need you to hold on. I got a caller before you. Hold on. All right, come on, Bill.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Everybody that spoke had some pertinent points of view and information. I personally think one of our biggest problems is unity. And in recent times, we've discovered how we've been manipulated. We see it and recognize it, so we have to maneuver different than what we have. I've heard you say and other people say the media is the fourth branch of government. And one of our problems as a people is how we tear each other down. You don't see no other race doing that. We got to stop that. Even especially with social media. I don't know if, and I'm not a big social media person. I'll voice my point of view with certain people that are close to me, whether it's right or wrong. But we can't keep tearing each other down and convicting our own people in a court of opinion. The lady spoke, the nurse, about voting. Voting is a very good thing. And as for us moving all together in the same neighborhood, but each his own. But please remember, when we stayed together, it was better for us, but they had more control over each section. Also, in that moving around and going where you want to, you will have a better chance if you voting to get a fair jury. But we got to stop tearing each other down and establishing a moral compass in our kids. Put aside the money, the moral compass, and the stuff that don't cost money is more valuable than anything, than any money. And we have elected all these officials. We've had representation for a long time, for over 50 years. It is getting more and more. But the people that we elected and the people that we idolize from sports or whatever, they get to that point and they won't speak the truth. Or they'll stab their whole race in the back. And that's not cool, man. We see in now time people coming out, not just on the internet, that come from different countries that don't like us. It ain't because they came and had an experience with us. It's something that they taught before they even got here. But we are the most hated group of people, and we understand that. Like you say, you ain't gotta like me, but respect me. And long as we do some of the things we do that's in the media or whatever, yeah, it ain't great, but we ain't the only ones doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to represent each other in a better manner and not put our faith and hope in the past that we just seen how pastors, and it's been happening for years, go against what's right for our people. And it's got to be a way that we put these people on blast, whether it's a politician, sports star, whoever. They got to be put on blast and not get our support.
Okay.
We got to spend our money with each other, because that's where the power will come in at.
All right.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, Bill, we're going to the next caller. All right, people, we're trying to get ready to close out. All right, 2067. Come on, caller. 2067. You're live. This is new call.
Martin, hey, Kat.
Hey, how are you?
Doing?
Good.
Good, thank you. I agree. Everyone has had such amazing points. I agree with a lot of what everyone has said, and everyone has had a lot of value to this conversation. You know, one thing I want to say, I know you all may have talked about it because I got in late, but when someone creates a crime of a different race, it's real quiet in that race.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Shame the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It's real quiet. You don't hear anything. It's just like when the Republicans can't agree among themselves. You know, when Jasmine called Marjorie bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that everyone wanted to laugh, and they were all holding, a lot of them, you could even see them. But they would not, they tried hard not to crack a smile, because they try to show that unity, even when there's cracks in the foundation. Now, we know this week it's been a lot of crazy stuff all over, but there's one thing us focusing on is one story. But it's been other crimes, other people, some other cultures. But we all talking about us of one culture, talking about the same story. And we gonna beat that story up until we cannot anymore. And we become part of the problem, because the media already has manipulation. Mugshots were used, 45% of cases covering Blacks accused of crimes, in comparison to only 8% of cases with white defendants. White victims, nearly 4 times more likely to be presented in photos. They show them with friends, don't they? They show them with family. Martin, you and I, we got friends and family, don't we? Have you noticed that? They don't show them with family. They don't show them with friends, because that's more to paint this picture. 50%. You know, when you remember growing up, you would hear a crime. They wouldn't say the color. You knew when they didn't say the color that the person was not your color or mine. And they say the media is 50% more likely to refer to white defendants by name, because they're trying to paint a picture. And the gentleman that said he never heard of, like, the snatch, others creating the crimes of the snatch, has he not heard of jewelry robbery? Has he not heard of heist? $133.2 million in jewelry crimes. You know who those were? They weren't us digging under the ground and tunnels and all of those different areas. SNAP. It used to be a time where people thought Blacks got more SNAP benefits than any other race. Whites, 35,
Tell the truth
37%.
and shame the devil.
Hispanics 26%, Asian 16%, Native American 2%. And then there's even bias. I was listening, we listen to talk radio. There's bias even in AI. AI is trained to look at if it could see a complexion, it even has bias that it's built to develop.
Wow.
And you can find that on WBEZ if you look at AI bias. There's articles on that where it's looking at the color of the skin if it gets scanned.
Well,
so there's even bias that's built in the technology. And honestly, I don't necessarily buy the statistics. I know they tell us we 15%. I do think that things are based on programs. The more money, the more people, the more population, what do you have more of? More opportunities.
Okay.
And that's all I have to add for
Good comment. Good. Thank you for that. We can't, as Black people, we can't assume that everybody knows what we know. A lot of people don't know. You got a lot of Black people, they just focus on paying their bills, coming home to their loved ones, and they don't take the time to learn. The scripture said, my people perish for the lack of what? Knowledge. We have to learn things like that. We have to learn. We don't know. Everybody don't know that if you don't register to vote, they can't pick you in the jury pool. You got to.
Right.
The people don't know that. Just like the brother said, he didn't never seen that on TV. You don't have to see it on. But listen, let me tell y'all people, if you don't see something on TV, that don't mean it don't exist. I think a brother got on here. He said, I think 317 said, I don't see Black people marching against each other that's not true. That is not true. Now the news not going to show you that, but that's not true.
Right.
So you can't depend on the news all the time to give you things, tell you things. It's tell live vision. They're going to tell their vision. They use the media to manipulate you. All of us. I'm telling you, this thing is real, people. It's real. I learned a lot of stuff from doing media. Go ahead, sister. You want to say something? Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, I've learned a lot of stuff. And again, if you see something and hear something a whole lot, you start believing it. Look at me. I'm 56 years old, Queen. And I cannot get that long hair, straight hair, blue eye, white Jesus out of my mind. And I know better. Can't get him out of my mind. And I know better. I know what the scripture says. But that psyche, people, is engraved in that mind. And I got to fight that image in my mind. The hardest thing I ever had to do in life is to unlearn, to relearn. Who wants to be made out of a fool, been tricked? A lot of stuff is trickery, people. If we start thinking as a group, we'll be a better people. We'll be a better people. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you cannot be successful here in America. Yes, you can. You can own a business. You can be this. You can be that. I'm not saying that. But what about your group? You don't see a lot of other ethnicity groups getting up on public TV, public internet, and down in their people. You don't see it.
You don't.
And sister, this is what I hate they do with us. They pin the Black woman against the Black man and Black man against the Black woman. Have you noticed when they come to Jewish people, they just say Jewish. They don't say the Jewish woman or the Jewish man. They just say the Jewish people. The Arabs. They don't say the Arabs woman. They put them together. They say Arabs, one thing. They always say, the black man, I'm a strong black man, I'm a strong black woman. They pin us against each other. And we land in the bed, and that's the only time we get along, when we land in the bed. And when we standing up, we can't stand each other's guts. And you know I'm telling the truth. Some of us, we don't even sleep in a room with our partners, our husbands. We don't, because we can't, it's just that much friction. We stand together for the children's sake, because we got too much invested to leave. I got to tell the truth. You see what, Martin?
You're right.
What has this got to do with it? It got a whole lot to do with it. We need unity, people, and that'll do it. Never in history, people, what you were witnessing, 400-some-thousand put behind one black man for a case, young teenager. You've never seen that here. I've never seen it in my lifetime. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know everything. You know, black people, one thing, they'll support you, but putting that money on you, another thing, is like they be thinking twice.
Right.
They put that money because black people saw something. Say, hold on. This is not the ordinary, typical thug, tattoo, gang banging, dropout, disobedient, not doing nothing. This boy is different. We see something in him. He was on the right track. And he was defending himself. And that's the way we view it. Now, we don't know all the details, but we know there's a dead young man. We know that there's video, and we know we live in a day and age where every young person have a video phone, camera phone. And there's no video have surfaced before, during, or after. None. Do you know if this was a slam dunk case, then white people would have dropped them videos. They'd have dropped them.
Yeah. Oh, you know, there would have been all kinds of videos.
All kinds of videos. See, look. He's stabbing him. He hitting him. He running after him.
Because they keep the phone in the hand.
They keep the phone in the hand, people.
Ready to record.
Ready to record. People, we're using logic now. Logic. See, these young folks, they're not the folks from the 50s and the 60s. They don't care about Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Jehovah. They don't care about none of that. You hit them, they're going to hit you back. You can't make them afraid because of, you throw them in jail. You get a felony, you're never gonna. They don't even care. They can't even, some of them can't even think that far, see that far.
That's true.
Seriously. We're talking about young minds that don't have no responsibility, no bills or nothing.
Yeah.
And they know their power.
You know, it's always the camera out.
Always a camera. But I got to close. I'm going to get these last two people. And
okay.
I think,
One thing I wanted to say real quick before I leave is I mentioned Gene on Giorgetti's Steakhouse. Who we think was trying to fill all those steaks at the oldest steakhouse in Chicago? Okay, that's all I want to say.
Okay,
Grab and go.
We got another call. I'm gonna let this brother go. Come on, brother. 214. Come on, brother. 214. Come on, brother. 214. Let him go. I know we want to get in. Y'all got my car parked where it's not supposed to be parked. My commercial truck. So I don't want to get towed. I won't be on my bag with no money now. All right. Come on, brother.
What's up, Martin?
Come on, man. Tell the truth, shame the devil. If you ain't telling the truth, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, man, you know I ain't got nothing but a sack full of lies, man. I didn't get an opportunity to hear what you were talking about. So I'm going to keep it brief. I'm glad you had the guy on with the statistics, since we got these statistical warriors out here. I'm talking to you earlier. Me and you on the same page as far as what we think about the case and the things that's going on. But I'm glad that you brought the guy with the statistics so they can hear them for themselves. And we not the devils in this situation. Trust me, we are the victims trying to survive the victors. Brother, I'm glad you're keeping this case in front of the public because yesterday when the mama spoke, she dropped the mic. You understand what I'm saying? She dropped the mic. The whole room was quiet. They didn't have no questions to ask. They want to play these folks out like robbers and grifters and like they hungry for money and not thinking for 1 second that this man is a lawyer. His wife stay at home and raise their children. Their children go to church. He was a good family. And the reason we fighting so hard, and I've said it 5 times, is that we're going to continue to fight for those that we're fighting for. The one that shot up the school in Wilma Hutchins, he's lost. I saw his video that he posted before he went into the school and started shooting. He's already too far gone. He can't be saved. But this kid here, we're going to fight to the end to make sure he gets saved because his life got ruined because somebody stepped to him with that stupidity, minding his own business. And look how easy his life can be taken for all the hard work that he put in, going to school, making straight A's, playing football, trying to make his parents proud. And if they're looking at 2 black people who done worked hard to get where they are, trust me, you don't get the Frisco and living in whatever size house they're living in, and his wife staying at home raising 4 or 5 children. If that brother didn't work hard to get that, trust me, he had to kiss a whole lot of ass. He didn't have to bend over backwards, keep his tongue to get to where he was, and then to have some cracker approach his son with that BS. And then we get people that come on this radio station talking to all of us who've had to deal with not only that, and then the ignorance of our own kind. We're trying to get to the subway station to sell freezing and have to deal with the dum-dums. And then when we get there and we finally make it somewhere and we try to get our kids in a good place, they get snatched by a demon like this Joker just snatched this kid. Over nothing, over where he's sitting at because they want to police the public. Like they shot Ahmaud Arbery. They want to police the street. This madness has got to stop. It's got to stop. Because that man now is going to have to fight tooth and nail and spend thousands of dollars just to see his kid have a chance. It's just that serious. And we're going to keep fighting for him. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep him in front of the people's view because he is what they call an all-American kid. All right, Martin, you can take it now.
Thank you, bro. All right.
Streets,
all right, thank you. All right. Okay, 281, then you next, Tiffany. That's it. That'll be it. 281, go ahead. 281. 281. I'm gonna I'll come back to him. Okay, come on, Tiffany.
So I was gonna say that yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, good. And I was going to say that, so the FBI statistics is lying about us, and then the other thing is if I can post on your timeline, Charleston's live that he did today about Anthony.
I do that. I don't listen. No, you can put it up there, but I don't care. See, Tiffany, to me, I like Charleston White, but Charleston White don't represent us. He speak a lot of truth, but it mixed up with a bunch of lies. He's speaking for clout. I'm just telling you, Tiffany, I like Charles. He say things that black people think they're afraid to say it. He go out on the limb, and I like him, but he's no good for black people, period. Anytime you go around a bunch of Klansmen and have their head on and their flag on, you don't represent the black community. You should be a castaway, period. Period. I'm serious.
You watched that?
Yeah, I watched that.
I can't believe you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it because I had to.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, I watched it.
That's amazing that you watched it. Thank you.
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, I can't have this clown come on now. This man don't care nothing about the black community. He care about money. Money. You know, that's why
he's an activist too.
Well, I don't know what he active. That's old. What he chasing dollars now. That's gone. That's gone. Trust me, chasing dollar. He chasing dollars now. It's over with. When they get a whiff of that money, see, that's why God can't trust a lot of these people. He put them in leadership, and they get a platform, and these people start bribing them with money and all that, and these people just lose their mind. I see a lot of these YouTubers that I like. I admire them. But they jumping the gun. And, you know, I don't agree with everything a lot of YouTubers say, but a lot of them are lying. I've heard a black YouTuber say that that they bought a house for $900,000, rented a house for $900,000. They bought an Escalade. I mean, stood on it. If I didn't know no better, I've heard the activists say that they didn't spend one penny of them, and he proved that. Wouldn't you think they would take that video down or give us some type of public apologies? Hey, to my platform, I got it wrong. I'm telling you, people, it's clout, it's money, it's fame. It's going to get a lot of people in trouble. I'm telling you, because social media is like this. Once you say it, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. The damage is done already. It's done. Who want to live around here, can't go outside, can't sit at the restaurant with your family and all that? You got to walk around with guns and you're paranoid and you got to keep smoking weed and all. Who want to live like that? Then you got all this money, you can't spend it because you can't go nowhere. Can't go nowhere. You know, just can't go nowhere. I tell anybody that's rich out there, it's only so many cars that you can buy. It's only so much property you can buy. Luxury trips and all that. After you've done all that, now what's next? You're stingy. You don't want to give anybody anything. You don't want to leave nothing. Some of these rich people, and I'm not against, some of them are so miserable. Miserable, selfish. They won't do nothing for their immediate family at all. Not saying that you got to take care of a grown person. Not at all. But that's all I had to say. Thank you, Tiff. I'm gonna go to this last person. I gotta move my vehicle before they tow it. Y'all gonna have to, I'm gonna have to open up a donation. I'm telling you. All right, Tiff. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. 281. Are you still there? I'm waiting on you. Waiting on to give you a chance. Going once. 281. All right. Where you at? Where you at? All right. Charles, what's up, Charles? He started off great. However, he's chasing money and clout now. You can't uplift and tear down at the same time. All right, that's my buddy Charles. I tell you, hey, Charles, boy, we've been of brother Chuck. We call him Chuck. We've been on the front lines, man. That's my brother. That's my brother. Appreciate you commenting, brother. That brother getting his master's degree. Hey, working hard, and I guarantee you, that master's degree that he's finna get next month, he gonna make it work for his people. I can put my life on it. How many of y'all can say that? That your education can work for your people, not just for you only, but for your people too as well. Use your gifts and talents God gave you and help somebody. Look at this platform that I'm sharing with you guys. Some of you guys, I've never laid eyes on you in life. Don't know you from a can of paint, but I allow you to come on here and speak your truth or your opinion. Appreciate you. Y'all already know what it is. I got to get out of here.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I love being black.
For those of you who don't love being black, that's for you.
I love being black.
That's for you.